Welcome to Put This On. I'm Jesse Thorne. This season on the show, we're visiting the greatest men's style cities in the world as chosen by our viewers. And we're kicking things off in a big way here in New York. New York is a city where old traditions are made new through reinterpretation and recontextualization. In just a minute, we'll investigate the subculture of lowheads, Ralph Lauren fans in Harlem and Brooklyn who obsess over finding the perfect piece of polo. We'll also see some of the places and meet some of the people that make New York the world's greatest men's style city. That's all coming up on Put This On. Lowheads collect Polo Ralph Lauren obsessively. The subculture started in New York gangs in the mid-'80s, and it's welcomed new generations over the past 25 years through hip-hop. Today, the most beloved pieces of polo can sell for thousands of dollars. The heart of the lowhead movement remains on the streets of New York. So I went to see my friend Dallas Penn, a polo collector himself, to find out why guys from Harlem and the Bronx care so much about that little pony. Dallas said he'd give me a tour of his collection and told me we had to check out Low Goose on the Deuce, a gathering of lowheads old and new on Manhattan's 42nd Street.
Hey Dallas, what's happening, pal?
Jesse, how you doing, brother?
Good.
All right.
It's good to see you, man. I don't mean to be the one to tell you this, but your necktie's outside of your sweater.
Absolutely. I'm talking to a group of people when I do that.
Dallas, let's start with this. So
Yes.
I emailed you just because I thought you might know something about polo collectors. And you emailed me back and told me how many pieces of polo clothing you own.
At least 1,000. Somewhere in the range of
That is
1,000.
crazy, Dallas.
Yes, absolutely.
How did that end up happening?
If you think about 25 years of accumulating items, items in my collection go back to 1985, 1986.
Put this on. Welcome to 42nd Street, New York City, the Deuce. The legacy for this street right here, if you got on something fly to wear, is you put it on Friday and you come out here. You come out here with your boys, you come out here with your lady, you come out here to show off. All right? Aspirational apparel right here.
Tell me a little bit about how just some dudes with some cool jackets, how did that turn into a culture that's still enduring 15 years later?
The manufacturer, the maker, Ralph Lauren, understood how to market these items as high-class luxury pieces. And there's nothing more that you want when you're living in the hood.
It started out as something that's survivable. All of us didn't come from families that had money, and we got tired of looking sick and tired. So when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you make something out of yourself.
There are clothing brands that are much more deeply and quote-unquote authentically tied to, the traditions of rich people. Do you think that it makes polo more powerful in this context, that they are like an abstracted version of that?
Who knew what the hell polo was before Ralph Lauren? What the hell is polo? Is it golf on horseback? I don't understand it. I don't understand it to this day, and it doesn't even matter. I think it's become bigger than simply clothing. It is ultimately, it's the American dream.
See how the baby boomers, that they grew up with Woodstock, Hendrix, the mamas and the papas? Well, this is our mamas and papas, and this is our Woodstock. Union Square was our Woodstock.
You can be anything that you imagine yourself, and this is what Ralph Lauren's polo line imbues upon us. The collectors, we want to be anybody. I just relate it back to tying the towel around my neck and becoming Batman or becoming Superman. This allows me to become a superhero.
Right now, like I told you guys earlier, right? He's got his Superman shield on. Okay, this jacket right here, he's allowed with this jacket to give people CPR. What you gonna join when you make people call them? The Heimlich. You're allowed. Certified. Another thing I gotta point out too now is this has on layers of low.
Lay it up.
Layers. Hold on, was it 1, 2, 3.
Put some shit on under there. I got the brand on. No, I got where it come from under there. I got it under there somewhere.
And long before Ho was changing clothes, he was changing clothes.
Oh yeah. You see?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So we used to clean out Biomas and then go to the skating rink wearing everything we had on like this. And skating, selling pieces.
The lifesaver windbreaker. This Right here, this is,
From when you were in Another Bad Creation.
well, I was certainly another bad. I was another bad kid running around New York. And this item right here is what began my obsession, my full-on obsession for acquiring Ralph Lauren garment.
It's not even a fashion, it's a statement. This is a statement. We could do this too. You know, I noticed like the put in work, getting drugged out of stores on your ears, getting chased down blocks, got cats out here, I'm saying the D-sets and the lowlights, we united, that's a beautiful thing. We was at war at one time. Come out with your little girl, with your girl, your mama, whoever. They coming to get you. You gotta know what you're doing. You gotta be thorough in the streets the way it is.
To go back home with this stuff, you had to be a warrior. I mean, New York City, mid-'80s, the crack 80s. And, you know, police didn't care about kids knocking each other over the head or shoving knives in each other. They were worried about drug trade. So if you're doing anything else, you could pretty much do whatever you wanted. And that's, I had to have these pieces back then, and I still have them.
Dallas, thank you so much for sharing your collection in this amazing culture with me.
Definitely, Jesse. Thanks for coming through.
Always a pleasure, pal.
Dig it.
So I'm Orlando Palacios. I am the designer and owner of Worth & Worth hats. We can cater to the businessman and to the rock star. What makes Worth & Worth different than any other hat store or accessory store in the world is we actually handcraft the hat in-house. We have century-old machinery and use it to make the finest hat. We take those old methods, those old little details, and modernize them. So we'll like put a cool contrast stitching or cool colors, modern colors, and adapt them to an older hat. When you're wearing a hat, you're saying to the public that I feel confident that I know what I'm wearing, that I can wear this. It steps you aside from the general public. I'll place it on the gentleman's head and then I'll shape it on his head to fit his characteristics. So if he has a long chin, high cheekbones, or no chin, and then I make him look elegant, dapper.
How do you feel then?
I feel like I'm floating on the wing of God or something.
My name is Jason Marshall. I play the saxophone and I write and arrange music, and every so often I teach music privately. I dress to show respect for the environment. Okay, so I think playing music as an occupation is a privilege, and as such I try and respect the privilege, you know, and inclination to play music. So, you know, when I see people come out to listen to music, buy music, it's a conscious decision to spend money that they could have spent somewhere else. So it's like whatever I can do to add to that experience, I do that. And, you know, just to add some sort of positivity to the environment, you know, show that you care, that people come out and, you know, respect what you're doing. I started wearing a necktie as soon as I could speak to ask my dad what he was doing when I watched him tie it. You know, and he still is very careful about what he wears. Even if he's dressed down completely, it's always intentional. My granddad's like that too. So, my mother, she's very conscious of her appearance. It's just kind of, you know, in the water where I come from.
Hi, I'm Rob and I live in Los Angeles. I know you guys are traveling a lot in season 2, and I travel a lot for work, so I would really like to know, how do you fold a suit and pack it? And if your answer is you can't do it, it's impossible, I'll accept that, because frankly that's what I think. Change my life right now.
That's a great question. You're going to have two different problems depending on what kind of bag you have.
If you have a roll-away overhead type bag, you're going to have problems with wrinkling and folding. If you've got a hanger bag, you're going to have problems with the pants falling off the hanger. So let's deal with each of those in turn. Here's a suit jacket, and let's talk about how to fold it. Reach inside one of the sleeves and pull it all the way inside out, including the shoulder pad. Then tuck the right side out shoulder pad inside the inside out shoulder pad, so that all that's on the outside is the lining. Get that nice and smooth and flat, and drape it over the side of your bag. Like that. Grab your pants and, preserving that crease, fold them in quarters like this. And tuck them inside the jacket. Fold the jacket over. Now, the traditional way to put pants on a hanger is like this. Put the hanger in the middle and fold them over. The problem, of course, is that they'll come right off. But we can fix that. Instead of putting the hanger in the middle, we're going to use something called the Savile Row fold. Peel back one of the legs and pull this leg through all the way along the inside to the crotch. And then pull this leg over, like this. Now, what you have is something that you can wave around and it will be completely stable. Inside your bag, inside your closet, or anywhere else. Hopefully now everything will arrive safe and sound. Oh, Lifeway Kefir.
What are you doing, Jesse?
This stuff is great. It's got 12 strains of probiotic bacteria. It's a good source of calcium. It's high in protein. It's 99% lactose free. Lifeway Kefir, I love this stuff.
Jesse, shouldn't you be drinking it?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right.
What?
Oh, that's good.
You can find more good tips on our blog at putthison.com.